Let's get some updates from Kenya, where President William Ruto has announced the scrapping of a hugely unpopular finance bill. The bill was going to introduce new taxes, but after huge protests across the country, Mr. Ruto said he would not sign the bill into law and also pledged austerity measures to reduce his own office's expenditure. The decision was made after police opened fire on protesters in Nairobi. The parliament building was set on fire during the demonstrations, and doctors say more than 20 people were killed. President Ruto said the people had spoken, and he was listening keenly to them.
Consequently, having reflected on the continuing conversation around the content of the Finance Bill 2024, and listening keenly to the people of Kenya, who have said loudly that they want nothing to do with this Finance Bill 2024, I concede, and therefore I will not sign the 2024 Finance Bill, and it shall subsequently be withdrawn, and I have agreed with these members that that becomes our collective position.
Joining us now is Otieno, the presiding convener for the Civil Society Reference Group and also the national coordinator for the Kenyan Peasants League. Good morning, Otieno, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, all of you. I hope you can hear me well.
Yes, clearly. Thank you very much indeed. Well, what is the situation in Kenya this morning, the morning after? The morning after President Ruto decided to withhold assent to the finance bill. Is there quiet now in all the various provinces where we have seen protests?
Yes, of course, the announcement has been welcomed. But in some quarters, we are still seeing people who are saying that it is too little, too late, because you find that already lives have been lost. And even before the parliament passed the finance bill, they actually conducted public participation across the country. They called different groups, civil society groups, the citizens, and the people said that the finance bill was wrong. The taxes like on bread, motor vehicle, taxes on land, and things like that, they were very much unpopular. People said their position. But you find that now the parliament, because we are having a legislative dictatorship, the parliament and the executive refused to heed the call of the people. This is what led to the protests that are happening across the country. And you find that for the first time, the people of Kenya have challenged the executive. They have actually taken their sovereign power, because you find that the protest was spontaneous, led by young people who are learned and they understand the content of the bill. And of course, for people to storm parliament, then it means that the parliament had failed in its responsibility of representing the people. So the announcement by the president that is withdrawing the bill is welcome, but it's not enough because there's no negotiations on the issues that the people were saying they don't want from the finance bill.
All right, but how about the announcement from the president that in 14 days he'll set up a multi-sectoral, multi-stakeholder panel to look further into how issues that gave rise to the finance bill of 2024 would be addressed, including inviting the young people to join the stakeholder meeting. Would it in any way assuage the feelings or the grievances that the young people feel that the president didn't listen to them and that it's too little, too late?
Yes, I don't think it is going to assuage that, because you find that there are several other issues that are affecting people in Kenya today. We have unemployment, we have the debt crisis, which is actually linked to the finance bill, because you find that many people are raising the issue as to who wrote the finance bill in the first place. And from the look of things, if every Kenyan, including even members of parliament and even members of parliament from the ruling coalition, said that the bill is, but then who wrote it? And our guess is that the bill is linked to the new facility that Kenya wants to get from IMF. So as long as IMF is still lacking behind the scenes, then the issues won't be resolved. So what we are saying is that it is not enough, for example, to say that we are calling off or we are withdrawing this bill. The process of developing a new bill should be all inclusive of every stakeholder that is engaged in that process. So I'm foreseeing a situation whereby people are still going to target the parliament because you find that there are several other bills in parliament that are an affront to the people. So I'm foreseeing a situation whereby the movement will still increase so that the young people can be able to get employment, we have our hospitals can have drugs. So it is, to me, I think it is too little too late. And it is not going to stop the people from coming out and demanding more and more from the government.
So the people have finally prevailed. But Ruto also threw a very sensitive ball back to you guys, the people and the protesters. Then how is the government going to solve the problem of the deficit in the budget they have? He says he will sit with all of you to talk. But what are some of the solutions? Because the problem is there. If we want development in Kenya, we need to know how to get the money. And Kenya cannot get the money. So this is not politics talk. It's not about Kenya Kwanza and Azimio and all of that. It is about how to get the money as we speak.
Yes. This is not about party. That's why the Gen Zs or the young people, they are partyless. They are tribeless. They have been bound by the economic problems that they are facing. We are saying that the government has to reduce wastage because the government is in a spree of expenditure, having plans to renovate State House at a cost of 1 billion Kenya shillings, renovating the office of the deputy president, renovating the office of the residence of the deputy president, giving more MPs a salary increment and allowances. Those are wastage. Buying flowers in offices, making sure that people have tea, sitting allowance for members of parliament, yet they have gone there to represent the people.
He says he will cut all of that yesterday. Are you impressed with what he said? Ruto said he said he will cut all of that yesterday. Yes. He said he's going to cut presidential spending and even the executive spending. He said we'll cut all of that. Are you impressed with that?
What is he waiting for? That's the question. What is he waiting for? And secondly, we need a thorough debt audit because where did the money go to? For example, for the last 2 years, Kenya has borrowed 5.2 trillion Kenya shillings. The former regime for 10 years borrowed around 7 trillion. So this government is 8 years shy of the former government. They have already done 5 trillion. Where is the money? We are not seeing it. Where is the money going to? So that's why you cannot tell us that where we'll pay the debt. First of all, we need a citizen debt audit so that we can know if you borrowed money and you took them to build your own businesses, then pay that money. You cannot put Kenyans to pay money that did not come to help them in the first place. So it's not an issue of saying we are paying debts. We want to know who are we paying? Where did the money go to? Who decided that we are borrowing that money in the first place? And that's what we are telling the government, that we have to conduct a debt audit. It's not enough just to say that where is the money going to come from.
Well, thank you very much, CD Otieno, for joining us on the morning show.